Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Satnam, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. This is our Monday night show, usually at 6 p.m. Pacific, but today I was running a little late. So here we are live at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, but excited to do the astrology for the week and then also do a card reading for the collective for what this week is going to bring. So I'm so excited to be back. It's been a really intense weekend for me. There's just a lot going on. We just finally finished the Moon Goddess training level 2, and now I'm officially preparing for level 3, which starts on October 22nd. October is kind of a busy month because I have so many things to do to get ready for my crazy trip to Argentina, which is going to be happening in November. So I am really excited about that. And we'll see how much work I get done before I have to leave. So before we dive into the astrology, I do want to invite you to download my free moon astrology guide, which will tell you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. And then I'll also enter you into my email list, where you get basically you stay on top of everything that's going on on the channel and in the community. And also whenever workshops are coming up or a special discounts or new readings are about to come out, then you also are notified on there. So super excited about that. I can see my Wi-Fi is kind of acting up a little bit. But it's coming in and out. So hopefully we're going to be okay for the remainder of the broadcast. All right. The other thing is I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, especially if you're new to the channel, if you like this content, and make sure that you hit the notification bell so you get notified of when I go live and when I upload videos. And there's a lot of cool stuff that's happening. I'm about to release some new types of readings, and I'll be definitely letting you guys know how that all works. And if you want to check out some of the other things that I offer, check out the links below. We're having a Meta Power Challenge starting October 17th. You can still join. If you have questions, I would say just contact me directly. It's so much easier to have that direct contact when it comes to those kind of programs, and let me know that you're interested. There's a broadcast that we did last week with my friend Dion that explains basically everything that the challenge is about. It is a challenge to basically have you sorry, I'm getting caught up in my words. It's a challenge that is going to help you I was going to say fix your metabolic health, but that doesn't sound right. And I was trying to find another word for fix. Anyways, it's a health thing, right? So if you want to help balance the glucose levels, that's one of the things that the products do. If you want more energy, that's another thing that the products do. Good for your skin. It's a collagen product, so it's really good for your skin. Anyways, my brain doesn't work right now to talk about that. So go watch the broadcast that we did. Oh, it's been a long day, right? Just like Dawn said in the chat, it's been a long day. But I'm really excited about the challenge. I've actually been taking the products for a little, I guess it's been 2 weeks now. And I really do see like a big difference in my body, in my skin. It's really intense. Like there's a lot of shifting going on. But I feel like this is something definitely that I'm going to continue to do like as a everyday, as a daily thing. So that's awesome. Well, let's see what else. We finished our module 7 astrology class last week of Jupiter. So that's available now. And yeah, just always check the links in the description for more information about what's going on. So let's just hop into the astrology. But hello, Marisela, welcome in. Hello, Dawn. Hello, Valerie, welcome. I think Alive Thrive is Nicole, if I remember correctly, but I can't remember exactly. I could be wrong, and I apologize for that. And Megan, hello, Megan. Welcome. The way you convey information seriously soothes my soul, vulnerable and honest, so I don't judge tripping on your words. It's authentic. Aw, thank you, Megan. That's really sweet. I have a lot going on in my head right now. Like in this moment, I'm like trying to, like, there's a lot of things going on. I have a friend who is also a mental projector, and she and I are in the same human design training, and we are going to basically have a conversation, but we have the same like single channel defined. And the issue that happens with the mental projector energy is that like it basically, it's like so heady. The energy is so heady that like you get to a point where you're like, you can't even talk anymore. It's kind of funny. But that's kind of how I feel. I've been feeling the last couple of days. And it's because I've really been pushing it. Like last week, there was so much going on. I worked like nonstop every single day last week. And when I do that to myself, it really like, it catches up with my mind. And I'm just like, oh, done. So yesterday I like didn't want to do anything. And today was like the same thing. I did like the bare minimum. And then I am like, going, moving on. And then tomorrow, like I wanted to do other things. Like I hadn't gotten to clean the house in like a couple of weeks, or even longer. I think it was longer. It was longer than 2 weeks because I've also been traveling a lot. So yeah, I'm more relaxed now that I'm like, further into this, but I'm excited because this week you guys were moving towards the full moon in Libra. So literally, like a week ago, we had that full moon in Aries. There you go again. So a week ago, we had the new moon in Libra. And now this weekend on Sunday, we're going to have the full moon in Aries. And that full moon, when I did the astrology for it, it's going to be kind of crazy. There's some other things that are happening this week that's leading up to Sunday night's full moon in Aries. So I'm going to focus on those things in this broadcast because later on this week, I am going to go live and do an astrology reading specifically for the full moon. So make sure that you tune into that because I'll go into detail about that. All right. So what are the things that this week are bringing in kind of heavy energy? And I can tell that like we may feel a little bit off. We may feel uncomfortable this week. And it's the nature of basically like what we are experiencing with all of the transits of the week. So the most sort of pressing one is happening tomorrow, and it is Saturn square Uranus. And it's not exact. It's not gonna get exact. It's not gonna like go to the exact degree and exact minute. But what it is going to do is be very, very strong tomorrow, and then it's slowly going to move away. But this whole week, this whole year, we've basically had this Saturn square Uranus happening over and over again. There's like 3 main energies of it. And because this is one of those intense energies of it, we are actually feeling that heaviness right now. Saturn square Uranus can be, as the Leo King likes to call it, because he's been talking a lot about the Saturn square Uranus energy for like over a year now. And as he describes it, he's like, where experiments go wrong. This is the energy that was going on during World War II. And I mean, he goes into a lot further detail than that, but basically what's friction in the collective. And it's those kinds of moments. It's those kind of moments that actually call for the humanity to sort of change and shift. Uranus is the planet of change and revolution, and he forces the change. He doesn't ask whether you want to change. He really just like moves the change forward. And humanity, these moments in humanity have been tumultuous, have been crazy, have been intense, there's been like violence too. Like Uranus also rules things like bombs and like, you know, during the last time, I guess it was close to the atomic bomb that was dropped in Japan and all that stuff. So it's you can see that in the collective, there is a lot of crazy energy. You can just kind of tell that this is what's going on, and it's been a theme for over a year. It's just that this week, this transit is becoming very strong. So we're feeling as we're moving into it, and then we're slowly feeling as we're moving away from it. That's how all transits in astrology basically work. It's like they're coming in, and then they come in and they get strong, and then they move out and they get a little bit less intense. So that's big. Like that's major energy like happening this week. It's really important to pay attention to that. And if you do feel uncomfortable, or if you do feel the call to change or the call to shift, then listen to that, because Uranus is going to it asks for change, and sometimes it's sudden. Like Uranus is unpredictable, so a lot of time this is like sudden energy that gets thrown upon us, and we have to just like deal with it, you know? And it has to do with change at the level of like authority, higher society, and all that stuff. Valerie says, I love these earrings. Yeah, these are my my Merkaba earrings that I made. I actually sell these on my website if you guys are interested, my jewelry website. Eagle Star Jewels on Etsy, or pattern by Etsy. Eagle Star Jewels .com/pattern by Etsy. I think that's what it is. But anyways, thanks for the compliment. So I know there's a couple more people that just came in. Raessa came in. Welcome in. Twinkle Starlight, welcome in. Illuminati and Carmelola, welcome in. Thank you for being here, you guys. So that is the main thing, basically. There's other things too, though, that are going on this week. For example, on the 6th, which is Thursday, we're going to have Mercury make a trine to Pluto. And with trines and sextiles to Pluto, Pluto brings in a lot of depth. So because Mercury is the mind and it has to do with understanding things, what can happen with this trine, which is actually a good thing, is that we can understand at a deeper layer what is going on. There's a depth, and Pluto brings truth also. So it's like you can't be afraid of the truth. You can't be afraid to see what's really there. And I always say this as a joke, but honestly, like, what's wrong with the truth? Why are we so afraid of the truth? You know, and I think as a collective, we're really stepping more into like, just be honest, just be truthful, just be bold. And I think our relationships will be much better. Excuse me. Our relationships will be much better. So that's going to be happening on Thursday. And then on Friday, the sun is going to make its opposition to Chiron. And I talked about this if you're not in the Starseed membership, check it out, because I made a whole video about Venus entering Libra and being in the sign of Libra until October 22nd. And also that meaning that we are going to be on this intense journey where she's going to be very close to the sun the whole month. They're going to be like kind of like following each other, like right next to each other. and it's like a very intense frequency, but I was going to say something about that. Okay, right. So the sun opposing Chiron is a deep healing, like a call to heal, a deep, powerful call to heal. And what happens with that is that it happens with the sun, and then a few days later it happens with Venus, and then something else happens with the sun, and then a few days later it happens to Venus. So it's a repeat. It's like on repeat, and it's like a continuous flow of this energy. Chiron is known as the wounded healer, and he represents everything that is powerful for us to face in terms of that core wound. We were just talking about the core wound in how's my connection, you guys? Let me know if it's okay. I'm going to send a message to, give me 1 second. I just want to make sure. I want to do a little experiment real quick. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Hopefully he'll get that. I just sent my husband a text. It's so funny. I think his phone being turned on for some reason, because the phones take a lot of power. But for some reason, the Wi-Fi is going in and out. Dawn says it's a good connection. Perfect connection? Okay, well then it's fine. Okay, awesome. So it never does this though. Usually it's like, it's a lot more stable. But anyways, on my end, I'm literally here. Let me show you, let me just tell you what it's like on my end. It's like, the color of my broadcasting program tells me green when the connection is really excellent, orange and yellow, and then red when the connection sucks ass. And it's literally going green, orange, yellow, red, green, red, green, red. And the numbers are like going all the way up to like 5,000 to 0. Like it's going up to 5,000, then to 0, up to 4,000, and then 0. And I'm like, it's driving me insane because I don't know what's it like on your end. I don't know what it looks like on your end, but on my end, it looks like it's like, it's like being a spaz. It's being spastic. And now it looks like it kind of stabilized. So I think it is that both of our phones are on and connected to the Wi-Fi. Anyway, sorry. That was like a side note, you guys. But what was I talking about? Chiron, the core wound, right? We're dealing about this. We're talking about this core wound in the Moon Goddess training, and it actually was so powerful to dive deep into that energy. And we actually have a sphere in our Gene Keys profile that is that tells us what is this core wound that we actually that we chose at the moment of conception. And literally it's like this powerful theme of like Chiron. It's like your Chiron energy, but in the Gene Keys profile. instead of like your astrology chart where Chiron is. And it would be really interesting if it just so happened that like Chiron was on that sphere of your gene keys. It would be like more intense energy or frequency. So that is going to be coming up this week. And then a few days later, it's going to be happening with Venus and the moon. So the full moon that happens on the 9th, is it like the energy is leading up to this full moon on the 9th. But the cool thing about, before we get to that full moon, which I'll talk about later in the week because I don't want to mix kind of the energies, is that Pluto's going to go direct on the 8th. So Pluto is going to go direct right before the full moon like reaches its culmination, its apex, as they call it. So a lot going on that's leading up to a powerful full moon. A lot going on. That's just like, it's becoming stronger and stronger and stronger and getting to a point of apex. Excuse me. So let's actually do a reading. So emotionally, when it comes to the moon, emotionally, there's a lot. When it's waxing gibbous, it starts to really get intense emotionally right before. Like it really starts to get emotional frequency. So important to pay attention to how you feel, but also not get lost in the uncomfortableness of it. I need a tissue. Okay, well, these are kind of cool cards. So, oh my God, I'm laughing my head off at myself on the replay. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, guys. It's your birthday? Oh, well, happy birthday. Happy birthday. That's awesome. I'm going to get a tissue real quick because I need one. I'll be right back. Okay. So, here we are. This connection is driving me insane. It's still going crazy. I don't know what's wrong with it. So I apologize if it's not good. Or maybe it's just playing games with me. Okay. So here we go. Look how cool that the card that we got, that is the intuition card, is the High Priestess. Like how cool that it's the High Priestess. Oh, thank you. He brought me tissues. So the High Priestess is all about our intuition. It's all about tapping into that inner knowing. That's what makes you like the moon goddess, right? Because the High Priestess is that divine feminine frequency that brings in the essence of, oh my God, it's so funny. My brain wanted to say the essence of the witch, but it's not like, we have this misconception of what I think like a witch is. And this is more like just a powerful, powerful divine feminine knowing and divine feminine frequency that has the potential to be very, very magical. I like how this kind of looks like jasmine, like this picture looks like jasmine. And the High Priestess is also a major arcana. So it makes it even more powerful of a message. Plus, with this energy, with us moving towards a full moon at the end of the week, it makes sense that we would get this card. So this is actually an Arabic folktale. Scheherazade. I totally, embrace the witch. I totally butcher these names in this book. The High Priestess is a keeper of vast knowledge with a story for every situation. Scheherazade asks the listener to focus on what their subconscious tells them, encouraging them to form their own conclusions. Her power is vast yet subtle. Her answers always mysterious. Upright, this is wisdom, intuition, dreams, meandering. So that's the power of the High Priestess. And she's coming to tell us that this week is going to be a week where many of us might feel that we are more intuitive, that we are more sensitive to what are, the messages that are coming into what we feel, what we think. I think that this is a very, very powerful frequency. And I love that we start with this card. Okay. So we also get, the Knight of Wands. Wow, this is a really intense card. I don't think that I've ever pulled this card in this deck, but look at it. He's like riding some kind of like ram or goat looking animal, or it could be a she also. She has a spoon. It looks like an elf, like a she elf. I don't know. This is an intense like image. It's just an intense image. So what does it mean? You're not going to believe what this card says. Tatterhood. Tatterhood. This is a Norwegian fairy tale. The Knight of Wands represents a fearless fighter eager to charge into battle, especially if it means defending someone she loves. Reckless and unafraid, Tatterhood grabs what she wants to claim the future. Grabs what she wants to claim the future she desires. However, this is really funny. However, this did come out reversed. So this can mean arrogance, jealousy, abuse, recklessness. Okay, so just jumping into conclusions and like just going into action without thinking about it. That's the frequency of this card in reverse, because the Wands energy is fire and the Knight of Wands kind of like moves really fast. It's also about like there's a lot of passion behind it. So because it's reversed and this is in the challenge position in our reading, this also says that we have to be careful not to jump to conclusions this week. So listening to our intuition is going to be very, very, very important. Okay, so the 10 of coins is the overall theme for us. And this did come out reversed. So this is a reversal. This is Panhu. We've gotten this card before, a Yao legend. The 10 of coins represents hard-earned rewards of a difficult venture. The story of Panhu celebrates the lineage that benefits from his hard work. The hardships he once endured allow him to appreciate his good fortune and retire surrounded by his progeny. This being reversed can be financial disaster, disputes, instability, and broken traditions. Whoa. Financial disputes, instability, and broken traditions. You know what I think this is really speaking to what's happening collectively? Like that energy of Saturn square Uranus. That's kind of what it is. It's really, really crazy. It seems really heavy. So the last card we get, which is the wisdom from the ancestors, is the 10 of Wands. And the image in this card is really, really intense. I think this is one of my favorite cards, but look at that. It's a tree, but it also has a skull. And from the skull grew the tree. Right? Crazy. So Timbo tree from Paraguay. This is a Guarani legend. Oh, wow. The 10 of Wands represents taking on too much and refusing to accept help. When Sagua's daughter went missing, he searched alone, in vain. A timbo tree grew from his ear when he died, bearing fruits he labored for, but was unable to enjoy. Upright, this is overwhelm, stress, obligation, refusing aid, and duty. Yeah, this is a wild imagery. So the Ten of Wands is about feeling really burdened. It's like a heaviness. There's a weight, you feel weighted. And you try to do it all alone. That's why this is such a cool story to match with this card. Is that you try to do it all alone and you fail because you can't do it all alone. But I think our spirit guides are telling us that if you feel like you can do it all alone, it's really important that you realize that you can't do it all alone. That the most important thing to do is to try not to take on the weight of the world. Ooh, yeah. Don't take on the weight of the world, of what's going on in the whole world. I was talking about this earlier with someone, and what I was feeling and seeing was that that's what we're doing right now. But instead of what's going to help the world is not taking on the weight of the world and feeling all the heaviness of the world, but what's going to change the world is actually us being in our joy and in our full happiness and working together, right? So this is such an important thing to remember this week, because it feels like everything is chaotic and you can feel that weight on you, but feeling that weight on you of the world is not going to help anyone. You have to somehow feel the lightness. You have to somehow step into the light yourself. And that means be in your joy, be in your truth, be in your flow. And it'll shift everything. Yeah. Megan says, I needed to hear that. Or Essa says, I've been feeling this energy. Yeah, it's really, really powerful. So yeah, that's the craziness of, everything that's happening right now. It's and when I say you feel the weight of the world, it's it's an emotional thing. Emotionally, for empathic people, emotionally, we're feeling the weight. But if you go to the despair, if you go to the emotions of despair and desperation and depression and fear. Yeah, even Lisa says it's been really heavy. Fear, all that stuff. When you just give into those emotions. I mean, that happens to me so much because I have so many undefined centers where I'll watch a story or I'll see something on wherever I'm watching, right? Like social media. I'll watch a story and it's so emotional or it's so dense that I go into the emotion of it and I get, you get kind of lost in it because there's no other, choice. And the thing that is so important for me personally, when I experienced that, is now I'm so much better. I used to be sort of I didn't care. I just let myself go on these crazy emotional waves on social media. And what I realize now is that when I allow myself to not watch those things, right? When I sense that something intense is coming, I move on from it. I don't watch it, and that's so much better, right? It's so much of a healthier experience. So I've really cut back on all of my own personal Instagram browsing kind of a thing, or even TikTok browsing. TikTok is the worst. TikTok is crazy. There's some crazy stuff on there. It kind of creeps me out, but it's so raw and real, and you're oh God, it's a little, I not ready for that. But that's what I've been feeling. And that's what I feel this card is coming through is stop trying to take on, the weight of the world, even if it's just to take care of yourself emotionally. Because if you want the energy to take care, to do the things that you need to do all the things that you have to do, you can't let yourself go on these crazy emotional highs and lows. It's not going to help you at all. So I am going to, hey babe, are you still watching the show? I'm going to pull a card for the animals to see what animal is going to guide us for the week. And one already came out, but I wanted to, somehow there's another one that needs to go through. All right, here we go. All right, so these are actually two really, really cool animals. Are you still watching it? Can you try to turn off your Wi-Fi so I can see if it changes what it's doing over here? Oh, I thought you were still watching it. Oh, you're on the... Oh, okay. That's hilarious. I don't know. I don't think so. But it's working good for you? Oh, okay. All right, cool. Okay, cool. Thanks, babe. All right, so it's funny because he's like almost never home. So I'm thinking it's his phone like messing with the connection, but he said that he turned the Wi-Fi off and he's just watching on his cell. So not to worry. Okay, so the cheetah, these are really funny. And the other one is the spider. The cheetah and the spider. Two really, really cool, but different energies. So the cheetah, get clear on your intention, stay focused, and move quickly to achieve your goal. Get clear on your intention, stay focused, and move quickly to achieve your goal. So it's like when you are ready to move forward, it's time to move forward. Don't hesitate, because the cheetah doesn't hesitate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way a cheetah could even hesitate. It's like, because it has all this power to go really, really fast, but it can only do it for a short amount of times. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you have to make sure that you are actually saving your energy, but then boom, jumping into action when it's necessary. Okay. And then the spider, trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. Wow, this is a cool spider message. Trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. The spider is also really important because it connects us to the web and it connects us to everyone. So this is very much about knowing and understanding that we're all connected. We're kind of all in this together. And when you share, right? When you share yourself in the ways that feel creative to you, because I would say writing is a good one, sharing stories is a good one, but sharing yourself in any way, I would say, is going to be really good for you to step into your essence. It's almost like speak your truth. It's almost like this card is telling us to speak our truth and know that we are connected to everything and everyone around us. So what I feel for this week is that it's going to be sort of, there's going to be highs and there's going to be lows. There's going to be moments where we feel amazing, and there's going to be moments where we like lose hope, and there's going to be moments where like we try to do too much, and then there's going to be moments where we have to like give up, you know? There's going to be moments where like we feel the emotional high of the full moon coming in Aries. And to give you a little like preview, it is happening on the gate in human design. It is, I think it's the 50th gate. Oh, the 51st. So it's the 51st gate or the 51st gene key. And in human design, it's called the gate of shock. So good luck to us. Oh my God. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. And I hope you have a beautiful week. And I am going to be back on Wednesday to do the Magic of Venus. So this week we get to do all the regular shows, which I'm excited about. Like, thank God. So I'll be back Wednesday to do the Magic of Venus. And then Thursday we'll do the full moon astrology. Friday we're going to have mini readings. And on Sunday we'll have the Aries full moon ceremony. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And oh, hello, Ella Eden. What a beautiful name. And I hope you guys have a beautiful week. So Satnam, and I'll see you guys again very soon.